Hey, what's up everybody? This is Osterberg501 and today I want to go over the new event in Lost Ark, and this is something you should very much be doing as much as you possibly can because the event vendor gives you a ridiculous amount of loot on a weekly basis. And this event is going to be lasting for a month, so you definitely want to be getting everything you can out of this event. And there's actually some pretty easy ways to get all of the loot from the vendor on a weekly basis. So first off, to start the event and go find the event vendor, you're going to go to any major city in the game and you'll see a pink quest starter, so a pink exclamation point somewhere in the main city, and that will be a guide quest essentially, and that'll just introduce you to this vendor. And this vendor sells you a bunch of different items for Arcasia event coins. And I want to go over what you can actually get and why it's so strong later on. But first I want to go over how you can actually go about earning these coins. And these event tokens are roster wide. So if you go earn a bunch of these tokens on one character, you can go to your other character and use those tokens at this vendor. And to find these tokens, you go in your inventory, you go to your storage, and they'll be up at the top tab. They'll be under event. I currently don't have any because I spent them all, but they will be right here. And there's actually three different things that you can earn these coins from: Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, and the Arcasia Grand Prix. So the Arcasia Grand Prix is the new mini event that comes out with this event, and you can see this event in the alarms, and you can enter it from any major city in the game, and it has no eye level requirements. You can do it on pretty much any character that can get to any of the main cities. And this is run on even hours, so 2, 4, 6, etc. And you can do this one time per day roster wide. So do it on one character and you're done with the rewards for the day. Now this is essentially just a mini racing game where two teams of 7 fight each other to be the first to get to the end and eat the cakes at the end, and people who place better and teams that place better get more of the event coins. It's actually pretty fun. There's a bunch of the big raid bosses that are going to be in the game as obstacles that are trying to attack you going through the course. You have different abilities to lay down mines to blow up and stun enemies or shoot projectiles at enemies, and you just go through this big course through tons of different obstacles, stuff like that. Just a small fun little event, and then you're done. You get all your event coins. Now my team kind of destroyed the other team I played, and I ended up getting a little over 750 coins. So I'm not sure the range you can get coins. Like if you do really bad, would you get very little coins? I assume it's not going to be a massive detriment to place poorly in this. I doubt they would really do that for a fun event like this, but this is where you're going to get a big chunk of coins on a daily basis. And then next up, you get coins for doing your 2 first Chaos Dungeons of the day. And since this coin is roster wide, that means you can go get these coins from Chaos Dungeons on every single character. So for one completion of the Chaos Dungeon, you get 100 coins. So you can get 200 coins on every single character, and that's at a baseline. If you have any characters already with the rest bonus, it will give you 200 coins for that run as well. So the rest bonus does double this reward as well. This is probably one of the best ways and quickest ways to get a ridiculous amount of these coins. I have 8 level 50s right now, and I went and did my 2 Chaos Dungeons on all 8 of those level 50s and got the coins on every single one of them. That allowed me to buy a good chunk of what this vendor offers. And then the last thing you can do to get the event coins are Guardian Raids. Now this works pretty much exactly like the Chaos Dungeons. Every soul you collect will give you 100 of these, and you'll get 200 if you have the rest bonus, and you can go do it on every single character. So you can get the same amount of coins from Guardian Raids and Chaos Dungeons every single day. But Guardian Raids are obviously going to take quite a bit more time. So if you have a bunch of alts and you don't usually do all your Guardian Raids, I wouldn't feel the need to absolutely grind all of these out. If you have a good chunk of max level alt characters, you're going to be able to buy all of the loot from this vendor, which is all weekly, in only a couple days. There's no rush to this. Even if you're on a singular character, if you go do the Grand Prix every day and do your dailies on that one character every day, you should be able to buy most, if not all, of the loot that the vendor has to offer. So now for the actual loot this vendor offers, and it is a ton of loot. So the first page is just a a skin. You can only get this skin one time. This is the only one-time purchase. Everything else is weekly. Then you can get a bunch of engraving books. You can get rare and epic class and general engraving books. So these are very good. And these are all roster bound. So you can buy these on any character you want. It's not going to be an issue. You can put them in your roster storage. And if I'm not mistaken, you're able to sell all of these when you open them. I know some of the bags that give engraving recipes in the game don't allow you to sell them, but I'm pretty sure all of these are going to be able to be sold if I'm not mistaken. Now, once we get to the honing materials, this is where you want to be careful because all of the honing materials are bound when obtained. So they're not roster bound, so you can't trade them between characters once you buy them. But like I mentioned, the coins are all roster wide. So make sure you get on the character that you want to use these resources on to buy them on. So if I want to use these Harmony Shard pouches, make sure you get on the character you're going to actually use these on. So I only bought the tier 3 resources on my tier 3 character. And that goes for all of the resources in here. And there's actually a ton of them. There's every tier of upgrade materials. Then there are the honing chance increases as well. And there's actually a good amount of these as well. So if you're looking to get anything on a weekly basis as your first, I would recommend going and clearing out the honing material page. But like I mentioned, it shouldn't be that big of a deal or that big of a grind on a weekly basis to clear out almost all the loot this vendor has. And then lastly, we have the exchange page. And this has some really good stuff as well. Actually, has a lot more than I thought. So we have some unit task completions up here. We have unit task daily increases. This one right here is actually massive. So on a weekly basis, you can get 12 of these sailing coin chests, and these are the 500 coin chests, and that's on a weekly basis. And this is another thing that's bound to roster, so you can buy it on anybody. And with these chests, I'd recommend not opening them until there's something you want to buy, but the amount of sailing coins you can get out of this is absolutely ridiculous. You have 20 sets of 500 pirate coins, you have some dyeing reagents, you get fions. These are actually very important. Make sure you get all of these on a weekly basis. These are going to be incredibly valuable later down the line. Then you get some card XP, random card packs, and then this is also very important. You get a guaranteed legendary card pack on a weekly basis. This is easily one of the most valuable things off this vendor because you can get 4 guaranteed legendary cards. And if you guys saw one of my last videos where I went over the best card set in the game, you'll know that that card set is all legendaries. So you want as many legendary cards as you can possibly get. But that's pretty much all I want to go over for the new event in Lost Ark. Ridiculous resources from this vendor, so I'd recommend trying to max this out on a weekly basis as much as you possibly can. So subscribe if you want to see more Lost Ark or other MMO videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this new event, and thanks for watching.